Okay, folks, it's another episode of the Gary and Mark Show, and I'm Gary.
And I am Mark.
And we're coming to you. We're not live.
Well, we are. Well, we are alive.
As far as we know. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we can see each other. We're Zooming again.
Yeah, we're Zooming.
Social distancing.
Zoom.
That's true. That's true. So it's going to get, we don't know how long it's going to be before we're face to face, although. No, and that's okay. That's okay. So we don't have any like shout outs necessarily. I don't have any, like last time we had a few, but I did want to say that Eddy, who was on our show last time, a couple of weeks ago, she turned a lot of heads.
I'm still shaking.
I know. And we had more comments about that episode and that guest than I think anyone we've had in recent memory. And recent memory only goes back about 10 months, but she was quite a character.
Yeah.
And we'll get her back on again. And if anybody out there has any comments they want to share with us about Eddy or anything on our show, just email us at garyandmarkshow@gmail.com.
Or if, maybe somebody's giving you a hard time, you need Eddy to come over and, rough them up.
Yeah, we could get her to do that. She'd probably be happy to do that. So let's see what else is going on. May 15th, when this show will post, is episode 31. Any dates in history, Gary?
Oh gosh, there's a bunch.
I was thinking there might
be. You
be.
go to Wikipedia and look up May 15.
It's a good source.
Now, I only picked out a few because you could go all the way back to like 495 BC to get when they built some temple in Rome. Now, how they would know that was May 15.
That's true.
We got different calendars, and I mean, a lot of years. So I only went back to I started 1500s. On this day in 1536, Anne Boleyn was convicted of treason and adultery.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
Well, she lost her head.
That's what I thought.
Yep. Now, how about 1817, the first private mental hospital opened in Philadelphia? Listen to the name. The Asylum for the Relief of Persons Deprived of the Use of Their Reason.
It's a long name.
It is, but it's kind of a...
there's, in West Virginia, there's, Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Yeah.
And you can take a tour of that now. It's certainly not a mental hospital these days, but apparently, looking at the pictures, you ever seen pictures of it?
No.
It's an impressive looking, multi-story complex. Must have been hundreds of people there. And the pictures they show you look spooky enough because it dates back to, it was last used in probably mid 1950s. So anyhow.
Okay. How about 1862? We're moving forward.
Yeah.
Abe Lincoln signs a bill and establishes the department that we now call the Department of Agriculture.
How about that?
Now, let's fast forward to 1940. And on this day in 1940, the first McDonald's opened in San Bernardino.
1940.
So, 78 years after the Department of Agriculture is established, the first McDonald's opens.
You think there's a connection?
Well, I think we need to delve into that. Maybe at the school we can study.
You remember your first McDonald's trip?
Yes, I do. I do.
That's your phone, I guess.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Be quiet.
I turned mine off. I never get any calls. Okay.
Now, how about on this day in 1869, Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton found the National Women's Suffrage Association.
Okay. And didn't Susan B. Anthony end up on a coin at one time?
She did.
I thought so.
Now here, let's fast forward to 2010. Another connection. Here you go.
If I remember this one.
Okay. On this day, Jessica Watson becomes the youngest person to sail nonstop solo around the world.
How old was she?
I don't know. I think she was a teenager. She's from Australia.
I think I remember about that. There was a lot of controversy about that because it was dangerous. Dangerous.
And on this day in 1928, Mickey Mouse premiered in his first cartoon, Plane Crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. I remember the one on the Steamboat Willie.
But see, then he was called Willie. So he kind of morphed into Mickey Mouse. And we'll finish up here in 1958. On this day, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 3.
That was huge because I remember that set off that space war. And yep. And I think they finally declared U.S. a winner at some point when they landed on the moon or something. I don't remember what the answer was. Well, those are all good dates.
There you go.
And we have a guest today.
We do.
Hasn't been on here in a while. So our visitor,
he's a faculty member.
He is of the Gary and Mark Podcasting University.
Yeah.
What's his title, Gary? Do you remember?
He is the Dean of Athletics.
He is.
Is he not?
He is. And we're going to bring him on right now. Let me find the button here. It takes a minute for his audio to work. It says joining, and there he comes. All right. All right.
Fine. I see him.
Yeah. So it says connected to audio. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Turn your phone sideways if you don't mind. That makes it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's a little bit.
Fell over. It looks like he fell over.
Yeah. All right.
There you.
So I see
haven't seen him since we did our team building faculty meeting combination hike.
That's right.
That's it. I remember that.
Yeah, when was that? That was back in way before COVID-19. So
yeah, sometime
October, November. I don't remember December, but I see Don, who's run 31 marathons or 32.
32, man.
Look at behind him. He's got all his stickers and
there they are.
Yeah, boy, that's impressive.
That's why I thought for athletic department, this was a good place to go from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And we just said you were on the faculty of the Gary and Mark Podcasting University. We need to make sure you get one of these stickers, but I doubt you put that in your brand new red truck, will you?
That's all right. It's got some scratches and dings in it now. That
all right, good.
Look nice on there.
You cover those up. You cover this up.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it's for.
When Gary was selling his old car, that's what he used to cover up the cracks in your windshield, didn't you? You put some stickers on it, yeah.
So it holds it all together.
Yeah, I guess. But that car's long gone, right, Gary?
That car's long gone.
Yeah. Well, so Don, athletic director of GMPU, glad to have you back on the show.
Glad to be here, guys. How is everybody doing?
Well, I'm fine.
Are we still living? We're not live, but we are alive. Is that it?
Well, we talked about that at the beginning. Yep, we think we're alive, and so
Well, that's a good thing. Well, we have exciting things going on in the athletic department at the Gary and Mark Podcasting University.
That's what we wanted to find out about.
You have heard the expression before, right? If life gives you lemons, you make a gin and tonic. You've heard that, haven't you?
Well,
yeah, I like that.
Well, yeah, something like that I've heard, yeah.
Well, see, this whole COVID-19, so you take that, that's the lemons, right? Life has dealt us some lemons, and we're going to take that, we're going to make ourselves a nice gin and tonic as a result of that.
Well, that beats lemonade.
Yeah.
And I could use
one.
All
right, so what has happened in the athletic department is obviously everything has come to a screeching halt. There hadn't been sports in the United States for the last couple of months. So what some of the major sports like NASCAR have gone to is virtual. So that, you can actually tune in on Sundays. Now this Sunday, there actually is a real race, but in the past, each Sunday, they've had the drivers get behind like a simulator. It's basically a glorified computer game. And you can go to the various tracks, and these things are so high-tech 3D and everything that it's just like being in the real live track. And the ratings, because people are so starved for sports, have been through the roof. And so at the Gary and Mark Podcasting University, we have gone to the same thing. We're going virtual. So
is this
our
costing us any money? No, is it costing us any?
No, it's all free of charge.
Okay,
See,
good.
that's the nice thing about it, right?
How much virtue do we have to supply?
Well, it's virtual.
Oh,
virtue
okay.
is, it's probably a stretch for us.
Okay.
With the virtue part of work, for the virtual. So we got to make sure we get the all on there.
All right.
All right. So, we think that this coming fall, rather than field our normal teams, we're just going to go completely virtual.
Well,
we're not going to have our football team. We're not going to have, the regular sports that we normally would have. We're just going complete virtual. We're going to challenge some of these major universities on the computer. Exciting, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it fits in with our whole university scheme of being
right. See the whole podcasting, right? We have had, since we have gone virtual, we have not had a single concussion on the playing field. Okay, so concussions are big. We had one minor concussion from a coach who was getting another beer and slipped and hit his head on his refrigerator door.
Oh man!
But besides that, our athletes are safe.
That's good.
That's good. And that Rabbit Island was declared COVID-free. They have not had a case.
Nobody's died there.
Nobody. So this goes along with that here, concussion-free.
Yeah.
And just because some middle linebacker, say at Florida, can bench press 500 pounds, while our middle linebacker can do 97 pounds. It doesn't matter. As long as your thumbs are working in the virtual world, you're equal.
Wow. I guess we're not going to go recruiting any chimpanzees, right?
Well, you never know. If the chimpanzee can play now.
Opposable thumbs.
So have you worked on finding people to play yet, or is this going to be a given? It's easy to do?
Well, our athletes, sometimes are physically challenged. We all know that. We talked about playing football last year. All of us are a little bit physically challenged. But so long as you have some knowledge of the virtual world and your thumbs basically are intact, that's one of the main criteria. When I go recruiting now, first thing I ask, I don't want to see any recruiting videos or anything. I just want to see your thumbs.
So you can even do that and have a Zoom.
Oh my gosh, look at you. You're natural. I can tell by just looking.
You can have.
Wow. Thumb, yeah. So leave me out of this. I'll just be watching. So just go back for 1 second though. Actually, about 3 minutes. You said NASCAR had a race already, a real race. Don, did you say that?
Oh, they've had several, yeah.
But with nobody in the
real.
Nobody in the stands.
No, this coming Sunday at Darlington, actually South Carolina, is going to be the first actual race with cars going around the track. No fans, though.
Okay.
No fans.
That's going to be weird. But just thinking in mind, what fun is that? It's
and
like,
see, we've got that covered too. In our stadium, well, because it's going to be on TV. Everybody's so starved. You watch and see the ratings for this thing. It's going to be through the roof.
Well, you know what they can do too, like we often do, is we could superimpose people in the stands. And
yeah,
they
could do that.
Yeah, so it would look like they were there and be just as good as anything.
Yeah.
Or you could put like the Eiffel Tower behind them or wherever. You could have this race going all over the place.
But that's right. Gary hadn't seen that. I would show him that. I don't know where that is. So we can put fake things behind us, Gary. It's pretty impressive.
Well, as far as fake things behind us, what I've noticed, like watching the news, is when they interview some news person or commentator, I'm paying attention. What's behind them on the wall? The books. Do you get somebody to come in and go, you really need to have, this book here, and people are going to see that, and then they're going to be impressed. So, and you got to make sure you don't have like, porn, behind you. That would look bad if it's. You
say porn or corn?
Yeah, well, corn would be okay.
So I don't know if you could see. I don't know. I can't figure out.
Corn might help the rating.
Somewhere over my wife's desk, there's some kind of picture I can see right now of some woman posing. I'm not sure if you can see that.
Well,
I can't tell.
I can't see it.
Good. I need to cover that up.
Yeah, I can see it. Her hands are up in the air. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some device she bought. We won't get into that. Okay. So
I think she's topless.
no, I can promise you, I can go get it and bring it over here. But
I think you put the Eiffel Tower in front of her.
yeah.
Well,
I need to show Gary that. I don't know where that is anymore. So Gary, these things have free backgrounds you can just throw in at any given moment. Yeah, I don't know where they are.
It just occurred to me, when we have these meetings of the faculty, other than a shirt, we really don't have to be wearing anything, do we?
Well, that's true. That's true. I guess not.
Don's got a hat on, but
I got nothing below my shirt though. I'm
there
naked.
You go. See, who would know?
So I'm showing Gary. I just went to Paris.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Oh, this looks great. Wow.
So now here's Roan Mountain. We've been up there. Okay. You can guess these, Gary. Where's this place?
Boy, Biltmore, man.
There you go. In Asheville.
We're getting around.
Here we go.
I like
that's the dog park.
Boston Terriers. Yeah.
There you go. San Francisco. Okay. All right, but we'll go back to home. Okay.
This is not working too well for the people that aren't using the video though.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because since we've been doing live us via camera somehow or another on YouTube, that has really grown, but still most of our listeners are the traditional audio. So just want both people to know that you can do one or the other or both. So if you want to see what we'll look like, Don's handsome, Gary's handsome. As Gary always says about me, I'm face meant for radio. So keep to the podcast part of it. But we're happy.
So that last 2 minutes where you were putting all your background, the audio only people were like real excited about that.
Good point. We didn't even let Gary say what they were. That's true. We have to see. That's a good point. I keep thinking everybody can see it.
They switched over to Rush Limbaugh at that point.
Yeah. We could do a show like that. Yeah. So did we ever get to discussion about, did we choose a mascot for the teams?
I think it was the Fighting Rabbits.
Was it? Okay.
No, but now that our teams are virtual, can we put a little face on a thumb? Would it be like you have little thummy?
I think we keep our rabbit, but we just have giant thumbs.
Of course, now Eddy was thinking, what are you doing there, Gary?
Well, I was trying to do a rabbit.
Okay. Those people in audio, Gary is here doing a rabbit with his hand. I see the two ears. There you go. It looks just like a rabbit. Yeah. So, Eddy was thinking a rabbit was too girly sounding or something like that. She wanted, we thought about the wild hogs or something. That makes no sense. No, Don here is a motorcycle person too.
Okay.
But you don't have one at the moment, right, Don?
No, just bicycles now. Just the only two wheels I got.
Yeah, and he's got a fancy new, what do you call it, electric assist or something?
Yeah, I got an electric bike. Yeah, that's the greatest thing ever. You just sit on that thing, and you got a throttle, you just turn it, you go 20 mile an hour without pedaling.
But you can pedal it.
You can, yeah. You can put it on different assist modes, and you can pedal, put it down on one. You got to work harder than if you put it on 5.
So if you go up,
you got a throttle too. You just turn that throttle, it'll take off.
That's amazing. Yeah. How heavy is it?
I got a couple of friends have those now up here it seems like it's the over 60 crowd.
Really?
Well, I'm 57, so I'm pushing it.
You'd be a kid. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
On the younger end of it.
Electric assist. I'd like a pair of pants that have that. That'd be good.
Would be good.
We could maybe combine all this stuff, you got to be good with your hands. You mentioned, Gary, about not wearing any pants, and then we got electric assist, and then we talked about porn. All this goes together.
Okay, now leave me out of all those things, okay? Even though there's a picture in the background no one can see, thank goodness. But Don figured it out. That's pretty good, Don. Your eyesight's good. So mascot, we got that. Cheerleaders. You remember Jennifer Ely?
Oh, boy, cheerleaders.
Oh, I do. Yeah, for sure.
We need to get Jennifer, because this is a friend of ours, Gary, we used to work with, and she used to coach cheerleading. at school where we work. We need to get her to start putting us together a virtual cheerleading squad so she can get in. She wants.
That could be the title of a movie, couldn't it? The Virtual Cheerleaders.
That's right. Of Watershed.
Yeah, the Virtual Cheerleaders of Watershed.
That goes along with, what was the name of the book we were doing, the movie, Girls Like Her.
Girls Like Her.
Yeah, we got to do that one first. Yeah, people still waiting on that one. Our fans keep asking about that. Actually, nobody's asked about that. But if fans want to ask us about that, GaryandMarkShow@gmail.com.
So what's your training regimen like these days, Don?
I'm just doing about 20 miles a week. That's all. Just trying to keep an edge on. There's no races anywhere. Again, the virus has canceled everything. So in fact, they actually are doing virtual races now. You can do a virtual running race. My daughter, I talked with her yesterday. She just did a half marathon the other day.
Well, I saw someone to sign up and do that, and I thought that's the only kind I will ever get done. I guess it's a fundraiser, so I should have just paid my whatever it cost and say, "Hey, I did a virtual half marathon." Because with that sticker on my car,
so you can do it. You can just you report your time. You can do it through it's something called Strava. You upload your watch into it, and so it's like an official. I guess you could get in you car and drive.
Oh, you mean you actually
ran it.
Run the race?
Yeah.
And, I thought you just sent them the entry fee and.
No. You actually you do it. You sign.
Never mind.
You upload your information, and then they rank you, and it's just like a regular race.
My watch doesn't have enough hours on it to go for half a marathon.
We could do a fundraiser for the Gary and Mark Podcast University where we do our virtual race, and you just it's like an honor system. You just tell us your time, and we'll just give you credit for it. How about that?
Well, that's a good segue into people could donate money to this show, couldn't they, Gary?
Yeah, and I mean, we combine virtue and honor.
Yeah.
Virtue and honor and money.
And people can't see on the radio, but donors could get some stickers, okay?
They could get stickers.
And their name announced, if they wish, or on the website. So GaryandMark.com is where you do that. That's good thinking, Don. GaryandMark.com. He's
always thinking.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Hey, now that you're not in like a bar or anything like that, you guys go and get a cold one when you're done here?
Not 11:30 in the morning when we're recording, but I've got my coffee mug right here, so I've been sipping on that time to time.
At least that's what you say is in that mug.
That's true. That's true. Eddy was drinking something, and we asked her, but then she gave us a dirty look and didn't answer. We decided not to go there.
She did agree, didn't she, to be the head of campus security?
Gary asked her that, and she seemed like perfect job for her. She asked Gary what we would pay her. What'd you say, Gary?
I can't remember.
You said you'd pay her at least what we got paid, the founders and the president. Yes.
Yeah, and the same that Don's getting. We're all equal here.
That's right, Don. Yeah. We believe in the government should take a look at us. You're not trying to look like socialism or anything, but we all get the same amount of money.
We do.
And our works, Don's work is just as valuable as Gary, the co-founder of the university. Okay. And Eddy be head of campus security. And Gary also asked Eddy to be in charge of campus insecurity.
Yeah, they're always, college and kids feel insecure, right? So you need somebody in charge of that. And Eddy seemed to me to be the perfect one because she just go up to them and give them the suck it up lecture.
That's true.
And they wanted her real fast.
Gary wanted her to go up and take everybody's trophies away or something, because she had made some remark about that's what happens when you give everybody a trophy. And that is true. Yeah.
She scares me.
Yeah. We were glad we were social distancing by many miles.
Yeah, for sure.
And she said she knows where I live, and she drives by my house. She said she knows where Gary lives. And Don, hate to say it, I bet she knows where you live. And you
I look for motorcycles now.
She's on a big cycle. Yeah, she's on a hog.
Yeah.
Makes noise. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but anyhow, she's got the leather jacket and all that stuff. So, anything else happening in Watershed? Anyone hear any news?
Just everybody's making masks.
That's true. Out of all kinds of things. Don, you have a ton of marathon T-shirts. You could probably make them and sell them. Those things are probably valuable.
Yeah, I just wrap them around my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody staying safe. I mean, when I go out, I put a mask on, and I'll have to say, went to a store not too far from me, and whereas 3 weeks ago, I would say 3/4 of the people had masks. Went in there last Wednesday. So when this gets heard about 10 days ago, only about 1/3 of the people had masks and none of the employees. So I'm saying, oh my gosh, people are just thinking, that everything's better already. And I'm wearing my mask. You, Gary?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the store and the time of day.
Well, yeah.
I was in Ingalls this morning up here in Hendersonville, and all the employees had on masks.
Really?
And the only guy I saw walking around, well, I saw two that didn't have masks. One guy, I guess, in his 30s, and then a fella at the Starbucks counter getting coffee, I happen to know, who's a doctor.
And he did not have a mask on?
No, he didn't have a mask on.
Well, I hope it's going away.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyhow, it's been a good session.
Yeah.
We got some donors to thank. See if Don can remember any of our donors. Remember any of our donors? I mean, sponsors, not donors, but sponsors, Don.
Oh, Rabbit Island.
There you go. Absolutely.
That's a big one. Pocket Whizz Buddy whizzed by.
Yeah,
Somebody's whizzing.
Yeah, which isn't getting much use these days. There's no guys standing real tightly in line waiting to, use the urinal. So
yeah, social distancing.
And if our listeners have no clue what we're talking about, they could go on the website, www.garyandmark.com, and see links to in the archives or on the front page. Actually, those are classic episodes.
Classic.
Meaning over 400 views or downloads, and you can find out about those too.
Classic is the word I think of when I think of that.
Yeah, and in fact, Big Whizz is the classic one of all, with over 500. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got Green River Eddy's Green River.
Listen to you. Yeah, and speaking of Green River, they're at Saluda Outfitters, and the Green River Eddy's tap room is not serving anything yet, but the Outfitter store is open. So good to know they're back in business.
Yeah.
And then LJ Meyers professional white dove releases. And one day we need to get him to come on our show if we got video and let people see that. He can release up to 100 white doves.
The doves don't have to do any distancing right now, do they?
So far, I don't think they've had any coronavirus amongst them, but
do doves have thumbs? Can we recruit them?
Yeah.
Well, they could peck real fast. I bet you they could.
Maybe. Yeah. We might look into that.
Well, that could actually be it is a sport. He does not competitively race anymore, but these things, he can drive them 50 miles away, release them, and they'll be at his house before he gets there. Because they go straight, of course, and he's got to stop and turn and whatever, but they're interesting. Neat to see one of those things go. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Remember, you can either listen to us on our website or wherever you get podcasts, or you can now watch us, the video, more or less, on YouTube. Just look up the Gary DeMark Show. Find all the links on www.garydemark.com.
Hey, I think we ought to put in a plug now, though. Also, there's Mark, you've got a thing you're doing. What is it?
The Country Life with Columbus.
Country Life.
All right, Gary, give me a plug. Yeah. That's a YouTube channel, and hopefully all of you can be a part of that at some point. But
Don, have you seen the Country Life?
I've used the knowledge to help my roadkill preparation.
There you go.
I had someone reply the other day. He wished he had seen it before he used a pine cone as toilet paper. One of the issues. Yeah. So tune in. The Country Life with Columbus Mark. It's not easy to find well, if you use those exact words, it's easy to find, but you can check it out. I'm sure. I don't know if there's a link on our website, Gary, but I'll put one up there now that you mentioned
There
it.
you go.
Thank you, Gary. So anyway, we hope everybody stays safe.
Yep.
Wanna
Wear
thank
your
Don.
mask.
Yep, wear your mask. Thank Don for being on again.
Thanks for having me.
Great to
And,
see him. He looks incredibly fit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Always, and that's one reason why I'm glad you can't see me from waist down. So clothes or no clothes, it's good. I mean, and I've got this thing set for wide face view. You can make my face skinnier, but I wanted it to exaggerate that, kind of like a caricature, because I'm really much skinnier than the picture looks. But y'all look good. Okay. So
Andy Rooney. Yeah.
you said that. Yeah, my hair, not that I have a lot of it's thin, but I haven't had a haircut in 2 months. So my barber, in North Carolina, they are closed, and I need to get back one of these days. Gary does his own hair, don't you, Gary?
What there is of it doesn't take much.
Yeah, I do my own too.
Yeah. So you have a electric razor, Gary? I mean, one of those.
It's my son-in-law gave me this. Now it has these different settings, all in millimeters. It's just, and you just spend some time and then go look in the mirror and then spend some more time till it's kind of even, and it's pretty short.
Well, it's pretty nice. Saves a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And Don saves money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beer money.
For sure.
There you go. There you go. Well, I'm Mark.
I'm Gary.
And who's that guy?
And that's Don.
Don.
And I'm Don, yeah.
Athletic Director of the Gary and Mark Podcasting University, still the only university in the world where you can enroll and graduate in the same day, sometimes the same hour.
Yeah, COVID-free.
COVID-free and free tuition. So GaryandMark.com, you can sign up today, get your diploma tonight.
Stick it on your wall.
Get that BS and spread it everywhere.
Yes.
All right. Look for.
Take care, guys.
See everybody
you.
next. Yep. See everybody next episode. And we are out.